thought I'd do something a little bit different. It's more of a TV show recommendation, and it's of the TV show called Tulsa King, starring Sylvester Stallone. It's currently on Paramount Plus, and then they release an episode one a week. I think it's either Tuesday nights or Wednesday. I'm not exactly sure. Obviously, to get Paramount Plus, you either have to subscribe to the service, or what you can do is that if you've got Sky Cinema, then you get Sky Paramount Plus with it free. So I think it's up to 7 episodes now, and the basic premise is that Stallone's character, I think his name is Dwight, I think, was with a mafia family, and then he ends up murdering somebody, and then he gets put away for 25 years. And that meant obviously sacrificed his life and his young daughter at the time. And then basically the mafia family that he was associated with, he basically kept his mouth shut with all the stuff where he could have come out early. Basically, he decided to be loyal. And obviously eventually he's released from prison, and then just seeing how the world has changed from the time he was in there. And then he ends up thinking that because all the loyalty that he had given the mafia family, that they would have rewarded him, but then instead of doing that, they basically send him off somewhere else. And then obviously, so he basically decides to set up business, and it's really complicated. It's basically him making new friends and starting his own business. His mafia family that aren't too, some of them, the father of the mafia family pretty much sees him as his own son. And then the mafia boss, his own son, basically doesn't like Sylvester Stallone's character. He's jealous of him, obviously thinking his father is not showing him the love or the devotedness that he's done to his father. So it's quite complex there. And then the other people in the mafia family who do and don't like Sylvester Stallone's character. And then there's the case of Sylvester Stallone's daughter, who he hasn't seen, and she basically doesn't like him because he wasn't around, and obviously there's reasons why that she hasn't seen him for that long, and it's a long, complex storyline. But I actually really enjoyed it. I didn't know what to think when I first saw it, so I thought I'd give it a go. From the trailers, actually really kind of it caught my eye, and then after watching the first episode, I would quite happily say that I'm really addicted to watching the show. So that was kind of really great, and I'm enjoying it so far. And as I said, it's quite violent, which obviously it would be, but the actual storyline in it, and then Sylvester Stallone being a total badass in the actual series. And I often think that people sit there and think that Sylvester Stallone can't act, and the thing is that I'm one of these ones where I'm the complete opposite. I think he doesn't get the credit that he kind of deserves. But in this, I think he's actually really, really good in it. And I don't know how many episodes there are in the first season, but I'm really hoping that what they do is they follow on with a second season, because it'll be interesting to see in how the storyline is going to progress. And then after these shocking events in episode 7, which I'm not going to spoil, it's going to be very interesting to two shocking things in it, actually. So it's going to be very interesting as to how everything's going to play out, because you've got multiple storylines weaving around in each of the episodes. So you know that it's kind of not going to end good for whichever party that's involved in it. But I'm just interested in it, into how everything's going to transpire. As I said before, I've been raving about this series on Twitter, and then people have been asking me whether or not whether they should watch it or if they recommend it. And I would say I definitely would highly recommend watching it. You'll really enjoy it, and then get sucked in to the different characters that are around. Obviously, some that are not, and some that are good. And then some that are funny. So yeah, Tulsa King, if you can find a way of streaming it or watching it wherever, I highly recommend watching it.